from last year versus there's new guys, there's new pieces, and you have to kind of build again?
You hit it right on the head, Ed. It really is just a train that kept on rolling ever since TCU. We ran into a little bit of an obstacle, but that train kept moving, and all the guys that came in, the young guys, the transfers, they hopped on and they kept helping us push all the way from the start of this winter off season. And it's just been really awesome to build off of that, because a lot of times it's like you build everything up for the season, you get to a certain point, then it goes back down, you got to build it back up again. It doesn't feel like we went back down, we just kept going.
Go back to the left side, gentleman in the gray.
Yeah, J.J., I think it's been, 3 years since you had that tweet telling everyone to have faith in these coaches, stay calm. Look back on that 3 years ago and see everything that the team has accomplished since then. Does that give you any motivation going into this season? And do you ever even look back on that moment and just reflect on where you are all around?
Yeah, I actually saw that tweet on Instagram the other day, and I was just like, man, I really said that? Like, it's crazy how it really panned out. But it was one of those gut feelings. It was like, the program was not in a place that anyone in this building, anyone in this state wanted it to be at. So when you have that much momentum, it's almost just like thinking about a bow and arrow. Like 2020, we were right here. And I just knew that was going to get let go at some point. So it was just great that it happened when it did, and the timing of all that was pretty beautiful. But it's still going. That arrow's still soaring through the air, and it's reaching new heights.
Okay, we've got about 4 more, and we're going to get JJ on his way to the back left. Michael?
How do you balance wanting to use your legs more while also knowing that if you did take a hit or if you got nicked up, the guys behind you don't have as much game experience as Cade and Allen did to come in and be more comfortable?
Yeah, I hear you with that outside looking in, but I see what those guys do on a day-to-day basis, and I trust any one of those guys to fill in if God forbid, anything bad happens with that. I know that the team's going to be in the right spot, and we got a lot of guys around them that can help them out.
Have you seen anyone step forward in that number 2 quarterback spot?
It's really all of them. They're all battling out right now. Like Coach Harbaugh gave a great analogy. It was like the Tour de France. Everyone starts off downhill, and they're going, and everyone's kind of in this big clutter, and now we're about to hit the uphill slope, so we'll see some guys separate.
Okay, sticking on the left there, Clayton.
What's it like having Blake back healthy, and then also Donovan's healthy now? I mean, how dangerous is that running back room?
It's amazing. I mean, that running back room, you talk about those two, and you talk about C.J. Stokes, you talk about Benjamin Hall, you talk about Tavier Dunlap, Khalil Mullings, like, they're just all pushing each other. But, I mean, seeing those top dogs back is just great. I mean, it does something to not just the offense, but the whole team, having a guy like Blake out there, a guy like Dono. So it's just been tremendous for the program, honestly.
Okay, we've got 2 more. Isaiah?
The national media, with their returning quarterback rankings, has you anywhere between like 6th and 8th. And last year, going into the Ohio State game, there was the narrative that you couldn't throw the deep ball, you weren't much of a passer. What do you feel like they're missing about you, if anything?
That's a great question, Isaiah. I don't get too caught up in the rankings and stuff like that, because most of them go off of stats. Most of them go off of, just like little stuff that's out of your control. The only thing that I focus on is the best quarterback I can be for this football team, because that's all that matters, because that's what's going to get the wins. Like, I don't care about being top 5 or top 3 or top 1, none of that, because that's not winning football games. I want to win football games, and when all that stuff pans out, it pans out. All that stuff's out of my control, so I just try to focus on what I can control.
Okay, last question for now. We'll finish with Angelique in the back right.
JJ, you mentioned you've been more focused in practice on the pass game. I think you said heavy focus. Mm-hmm. What does that mean exactly? Is that different than last season?
It's just more reps at it. I think right now, with just like, we're not in full pads. It's mostly just like thud, wrap up tempo. So we're not really getting into the thick of the whole run game. So we're just trying to capitalize on that opportunity for the pass game right now.
And conversely, are the defensive linemen and tackles have talked more about their pass rush. Are you seeing that from them?
Yes. Defensive line is moving. They're going to be a threat this year. And I give them props every single day so far. That they're just getting to me really quick. So it's just great to see. It helps our offensive line out tremendously. And, a couple of those boys up front, like Josiah Stewart, he's going to be great this year. Braden's doing great things. D. Moore, obviously. Jay, obviously. And then in the interior guys, those 3 up front, Mason, KG, and Chris, they're going to be They're going to be not fun for my fellow quarterback friends, that's for sure.